Hi Pam. All right, I have your cards shuffled, ready to do the reading. We shouldn't have any issues from a technological perspective because I just deleted a whole bunch of stuff and it was my storage full. So this should work out. I will cut them and then we'll get started. I realize you probably know what the positions already mean in the Celtic Cross and even what the cards mean, but I'll explain everything as I go. Anything that you don't need to know, you can just disregard. What covers you? This sums up the overall situation. This is balance. In the regular, so the major arcana cards, some of them have different names in this deck. This is the Doreen Virtue Fairy Tarot. So like some of them, like Death, the Devil, the Hanged Man, they have different names, but they basically mean the same thing. So instead of Temperance, this one is Balance. And so at your overall situation that everything else is going to be centered around is the ability to distribute your energy. I wouldn't say evenly as far as exact amounts going to each part, but being able to balance all of the different aspects of your life and having the appropriate amount of energy and time devoted to each as necessary. Now these things fluctuate a lot with time, and so being able to adjust to the changing needs of the different people and things in your life is definitely an art and a skill, and that's saying that that's the focus of what is going on right now. So when you look at like your social life, your family life, your career life, your being as a friend and a parent, a spouse, or whatever, these different aspects need different amounts of your energy and different things from you at different times. And sometimes it can be difficult to not to focus on one to the exclusion of the others, or to be able to not put too much energy in one place and sort of smother it while other things are falling into disrepair. So that's sort of what we're looking at right there. I like to use the analogy of like it being like a garden. So you've got your different types of flowers growing, and just knowing what needs water and what needs weeding and what you can leave alone for the time being, but making sure that that garden as a whole is fully nourished and attended to. So that is right there. What crosses you? This affects this situation for better or for worse. And we have another major arcana card. So this is Strength, and same name as it is in the regular deck. So what has affected this this balance finding, or this finding of harmony with the different aspects of your life here, is having been through an experience that has shown you true strength. So being able to say no to what needs to be said no to, being able to walk away from what doesn't require your energy, or what would just be a drain on your resources. A lot of people think, when they're provoked or attacked, that strength would be to completely dominate whatever it is that's attacking them, to crush it, to destroy it. And that, while like brute force, can be strength in a manner of speaking, but that isn't true strength. True strength is having the dominion over your, I don't want to say dominion, that's kind of a negative word, but over yourself. So strength over others is an illusion, because really what it comes down to is strength over yourself and your impulses and your triggers. So if somebody were to come up to you and insult you, you could punch them in the face and you may feel strong, but how much stronger would you be if you're able to just decide to yourself that this isn't worth my energy and I'm not going to waste my time and I'm not going to engage, and then just walk away. That is true strength. So being able to find that reservoir of strength within yourself, and that really ties in to the balance, because say that you have only a limited amount of time and energy to go toward the things that you want to nourish in your life, and what you focus on grows, as you know. So if something is really pulling you in one direction and you want to waste your time fighting it, that's less time that you have to nourish the things that you do want in your life. And so having been able to cultivate that in yourself has brought you to a place where you can create more balance. At the foundation of this issue, so what is beneath you, this would be something that's at the root of all of this, and maybe the distant past. So here we have the Queen of Summer. A lot of times, as you know, court cards do represent people. If this is a person, it would be a person that's presented as presenting as a water sign. So Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. This would be a very loving woman, but possibly a little flighty, because not, I don't want to say flighty like in the way that an air sign would be, but somebody who may be like very loving and open-hearted, one of those people that you just really feel connected to right away, makes you feel welcome. Possibly somebody who's into the arts, music, but not necessarily that grounded, and again I'm describing it as if it were an air sign, but a little bit different. It would be an unconventional type of person, but a very warm-hearted person, and somebody who loves very hard and who's always there for you, and very light-hearted and focusing on the positive. Definitely somebody who's very optimistic. And as the Queen, it would be, if it is a person, it would be an adult woman, and also somebody more mature in the representation of that element. So while, like maybe the princess, she might get carried away with her emotions and might let them rule her, or like have some confusion over what's head and what's heart, is quick to infatuation and disillusionment. But with the Queen, there has been, sorry, my cats love my tarot cards. There has been enough experience and years to have cultivated some wisdom and some better sense on how to steer and guide the emotions, and to not let them rule her life, but still very, very in tune to them and very open-hearted. So this person would have been where all of this came from. And as we go on, I'll be able to tell possibly more. Most likely that isn't you, and it may not even be a person. It could just be simply those energies that came from somewhere, or maybe a group of people that led to all of this. So having been possibly, having been heard and understood and felt loved and accepted, and positive mental attitude type of stuff, or listening to your heart. Okay, so what is behind you, your recent past? We have another Queen. So this would be the Queen of Spring. So, oh yeah, I don't know if I told you. So instead of the staves, pentacles, cups, and swords, they have seasons. It's taking me a minute to get used to which seasons correspond to which ones. I think I've got it down. So spring is fire, and that would be like the Queen of Staves in a regular deck. So this, again, if it is a person, this would be a very motivated person presenting as a fire sign, like a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Somebody that has a lot of energy, is always go, goal-oriented, possibly has like a lot of different projects going at one time, likes to start a lot of different things, has a lot of initiative, possibly gets bored easily. But that's more of an issue, with the princess. By the time it is presenting as the Queen, there's a little bit more of a handle and mastery on being able to focus the energy a little bit better. But there still is a lot of it, and it still can be sometimes scattered. Somebody like this is very passionate, but on a not so positive side, can still also be quick to anger, a little bit short-tempered, but again, less issues with that than it would be with a princess. But this is the most positively aspected of the entire suit. The queens are the most positive aspect of those energies, and so it definitely is somebody who may have contributed to your situation by maybe motivating you, providing you with some either like as a role model and showed you a positive example of ambition and going after your goals, or maybe in some other way pushed you or inspired you to take action. This is definitely a very action-taking person. Or maybe they worked with you, maybe she worked with you to put some plans into action. And so that's the recent past. What is before you? So this is in your near future. We have the Three of Spring. Spring again is going to be the fire suit, so that would have been the staves. So and that kind of ties back to here. So possibly, and I don't, having started something with the help of this person, either getting the ambition or the energy or motivation to do it, and with the help or an inspiration of this person. Now here, you've gotten something going. It's still early because it is just a 3. But there has been some progress made. Still some way to go before what you would call completion. But you're at a point where you've got the cooperation of others. You are making progress toward a goal. Things are moving along, and a lot of times, with a 3, it can be collaboration, and maybe these people may have had something to do with that. Also, by the time you've gotten to a 3, there has been some fruits of your labor, so you're starting to see some return on your investment or your work or what you've been doing. You're starting to see that pay off, and so that's a little bit of a feeling of celebration. You're able to celebrate some early successes, and again, this isn't like an overall having completed type of success, but it's just starting to see that this venture could be fruitful, and that this direction that you're going could be something. It could be something real and something worth investing more time to. So you still have some work to do. Your goal is definitely, it's well underway, but there still is a lot ahead. But you're off to a good start, and you've picked up some steam and starting to see things work out in a positive way for you. I'm going to move these over so I've got some room. What crowns you? So the best thing that you have going for you as it pertains to this situation is the Dreamer. So this is the Fool in the regular deck, which I guess sounds kind of negative. Maybe that's why they changed it. So the best thing that you have going for you is just either this ability or desire to just leap headfirst into whatever it is that sets your soul on fire. So you're intrigued by going down a certain path, this path that you're currently on. And you, without questioning or without doubting or worrying, just decide to follow it, see where it goes. You don't need to have any guarantees that it's going to work out, or to know what's going to happen exactly, or what situations you may encounter and how you're going to solve them. You've just decided you're just going to walk down that path, have confidence that the universe has your back, and know that as you encounter the issues, you can deal with them then. So, and that's also, just being able to go into something new with a positive attitude, with an optimistic heart, and just trusting that everything is going to work out the way that it's going to, and that trusting in your own strength. So that's definitely going to take you far as getting to where you want to getting further down this road, is just being able to know, hey, everything's going to be all right. I'm just going to start walking, and the rest is going to fall into place. All right. So I'm kind of running out of room. We'll scoot these over a little bit more. You, in this situation, we have the 6 of Winter. So winter a lot of times, can be like painful stuff. But with the 6, I really feel like this is one of the most positive cards. Oh yeah, that's Swords, by the way, in a normal deck. So one of the more positive ones, because although it is just following a little bit of a struggle or a painful experience, it's moving on into the next phase. So like if you were in this boat, right, you're leaving behind whatever it is that you just experienced, and you're moving toward whatever is waiting for you in the next phase of your life. And whatever is waiting for you is going to be something that more closely fits your purpose, and that may be more in line with your soul and with your heart and what you really want and what really feeds and nourishes you. So you are on your way, as we were early here in the 3, so it's you're on your way towards something new and beautiful, but having left behind you maybe it worked at the time and doesn't so much anymore, or maybe it was painful to you, or maybe it just inhibited your growth. But whatever it was, you had to leave it behind. But as you move forward, with you in your boat, you're carrying the beauty. You're leaving behind the pain, yes, but through pain comes growth. Through challenge comes change, and we evolve through the difficult times. And so having harvested from that the wisdom and the lessons and the knowledge but leaving behind the actual situation that gave you those, and the pain of that, having healed from that and taking only the positive, you'll take that positive with you into your next phase, and that will benefit you there, because you will be able to be even wiser, stronger, and more in tune with yourself and what you want and how you're going to get it and how you're not going to get it, having just followed the experience that you just had that happened to prepare you for what is next for you. In your environment, so something around you that affects this situation, that not necessarily is you, but something that affects you, we have the world. So everything else around you seems to have been falling into place. Maybe, the people in your life, may be achieving some balance of their own, or just other things, kind of working out, goals being achieved, harmony being established. So like with the world, it's like you've got all of the elements in the in perfect balance, and then it's a feeling of completion. In a way, it's sort of like, okay, primary goal achieved, all of the priority was taken care of, and now we can move forward and work on the next thing. So like, let's say, your dream is to be like, I don't know, an artist or a traveling artist or something like that. But before that, you have to say, I don't know, I'm trying to come up with these examples. You have more pressing matters that need to be taken care of first. Like, let's say, your house is falling apart and there's a hole in your roof and your kids are cold or something like that. So while, your ultimate goal is to be able to follow your dream or pursue your passion, first, you have to get all the rest of the minor details worked out, and in order, you have to find balance before you can start pursuing the next goal. You have to get everything here. So you're going to, patch up the roof and, maybe get your savings going, all of those other things. Once all of the other little details are wrapped up, and all of the ducks are in a row, then you can move forward to the next thing that you want to do. So this is basically like all the ducks are in a row, all of the other priorities are under control, and now it's okay to go ahead and evolve further and pursue the next path, and start the next mission. All right, so this is your hopes and or fears as it pertains to this situation. You have the Princess of Spring. So there's a lot of, there's a lot of fire going on here. So this would indicate to me that it's definitely like action and goal, something that's goal oriented, possibly like with your career, not livelihood like in a materialistic money type of way, but just like chasing after and running whatever your true passion, like what sets your soul on fire, following what calls to the depths of your heart. And so pursuing that path, obviously, because that's a very fiery feeling, and that keeps us motivated and it keeps us going. We just want to run down there and see what's around the next corner, what's waiting for us next, and what new thing are we going to learn, and what new thing are we going to accomplish. And it doesn't feel like work, because it's what you love to do. It's what you're made to do. It draws you out and it tempts you, and you pursue it relentlessly without tiring, because that's what you were born to do. Anyway, so there's a lot of that going on, and I feel like that's really what we're looking at. And so you're a hope, and a lot of times I do interpret the court cards as people, but in this case I'm not really feeling that this would be a person for this card. I would say that this is that, your hope is to have a youthful energy toward this. And so, while yes, we've got the queen, and she is still, motivated, but as we get older, sometimes we get a little, I don't want to say jaded, but yeah, jaded, and our eyes start to close to other possibilities and other opportunities. We start to tell ourselves, oh, I can't do that, or I couldn't do that, or that's not practical, that's not sensible. And sometimes it is good to have a youthful perspective, where, we kind of throw caution to the wind and we say, who cares if this is sensible? Who cares if this makes sense? Who cares if other people think that this is a waste of my time? It's fun, or I want to do it and I don't have a good explanation for why I should, but I'm going to. And so she's a little bit more impulsive, a little bit more just, okay, has an idea, gonna go do it. Again, she is more likely to succumb to boredom, but because this is in your hope, I guess it could go either way, so I'll present it both ways. It could be that you hope for a more youthful energy in yourself as it pertains to you pursuing these goals. Maybe you want to be a little less cautious. Maybe you don't want to second guess yourself as much, or maybe you don't want to have to focus too much on the boring practical details, or maybe, you want to do 17 things at once and you think that would really, that's what you want to do and that would really make you happy. On the flip side, if this is a fear, it could be that you fear that you'll fall into some of the more negative traits of the princess, which be you fear that you'll run out of steam and decide not to complete what you've started. Maybe you'll fear that you'll get bored with this venture and give up on it before you complete it. So those are some things that could be either way, and it could be both. The last card, which would be your possible outcome if you continue on the current path. And as you know, our future isn't set in stone. All that this can tell you is based on the decisions that you're making right now, what is likely to happen. If for some reason, whatever that is something that you definitely want to avoid, as you know, you can just course correct and steer yourself in a different direction, so you could end up somewhere else. But as it stands right now, based on your current situation, a likely outcome is the Ace of Spring. And so this is really interesting to me that we've got the Three of Spring here in your new future, and possible outcome being the Ace of Spring. So you may be starting multiple things. There's already something that's underway that you've already started to see some success with. If you continue with that and everything, there might be another opportunity that comes up for you, another new beginning for you to start reaching for another goal. And I guess, if you're worried about giving up on this one, or if you're hoping that, you'll have that you will trust in yourself to just decide to go ahead and invest your energy in multiple things, and having that balance, knowing that you've got the balance. And I'm saying that you most likely will be able to do that because, you've got this dreamer attitude that, yeah, I can do it. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. So maybe you are going to do it and see what happens, and you're a little bit worried that you might get burned out. But yes, so you're achieving a certain level of success here. This seems to be off to a really great start. And then your possible outcome is that you may start pursuing another goal as well. So like planting another seed toward getting in another direction, all the while still investing your energy over here and nurturing this, knowing that you do have balance and you have the strength and yourself to be able to say no to things that just drain your energy and time, that you could be more wisely investing in the things that you love and that you enjoy. And that, I believe, pretty much sums it up. Now, you've gotten things in order, and that this is underway and all the kinks are worked out, everything else is good to go. So now it's okay for you to start this. And you have also got some valuable lessons and wisdom that you gained from something that you recently went through that's even more going to prepare you to be able to deal with these things. You do have some support, or some inspiration, at least guidance, from some women in your life that have shown you some motivation, comfort, support, made you feel confident, motivated, loved and supported in your goals, and have already, like I said, achieved a certain level of success. You've got a great attitude. Things really seem to be in a good place for you to be able to go to the next phase, which appears to be starting working toward another goal. Hopefully that resonated with you. I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous doing yours just because I know, that you read also. And so for some reason, I'm always a little bit more nervous when somebody would know, like, I guess in my mind, like if I'm messing up or something, which is really silly because it's not even like that. And I know that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and upload this to YouTube, and I'll send you the link. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully some of that spoke to you in some kind of way. Oh, there's my cat. All right, bye.